Registration for the 8th annual Grand Rapids Neighborhood Summit is now open. The theme this year is building equitable and healthy communities. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here from the Wood TV Live Desk. Joining me virtually this afternoon is Stacy Stout. She's the Director of Equality and Engagement for the city. Stacy, thanks for taking the time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
You bet, you bet. So before we dive in here, tell us a little bit about your role here with the city of Grand Rapids.
Yes, so I'm the Director of Equity and Engagement with the City of Grand Rapids, been in that role formally about 2 years. So we do a lot around policy and practice change to really embed equity throughout all that we do, throughout all departments. So really doing that framework, we do a lot with diverse vendors, river engagement around the Grand River restoration, and we could talk all day about our office, what we do, but I do encourage people to check us out on our website.
So the summit's scheduled for May 21st there. The theme, as I mentioned just a moment ago, building equitable and healthy communities. Tell me about that theme.
Yeah, so really this is around the social determinants of health, which is a body of work on what impacts the health of people. It's not just hospitals and medical care, it's the environment, it's stress factors, it's employment and able to have a living wage. And so all of these different determinants kind of contribute to one's health. And so we're going to talk about these social determinants of health and that what everyday amazing residents in Grand Rapids can do, whether it's in their neighborhood, at their kitchen table, or in systems that they work in. So it's really about how do we help everyone to be healthy and have access to opportunities. And so that's really what this is about.
Tell me a little bit more about the summit specifically and what you're looking forward to this year.
I'm excited to be back together. So right before COVID happened, we just had the last in-person summit, and it's always just a fantastic gathering of Grand Rapids residents and stakeholders that really want to work, build relationships, and strategize around making Grand Rapids a more welcoming and equitable place for everyone, right? And then COVID happened, and we were outdoors for 5 days last year for Summit, but we missed a little bit of that like coming together in the workshop space. So I'm most excited about coming together to learn with and from Grand Rapids residents. Most of our workshop presenters are Grand Rapids residents. We believe strongly that talent lives here and the solutions we seek are in the communities that are most impacted. So really excited about that. Summit also every year is one of the most diverse, just amazing spaces that we have in Grand Rapids across age, gender identity, race, ethnicity. So I'm really excited just to be in the energy of Summit and be with my fellow Grand Rapidians.
If you had to highlight just a couple, I won't say one specifically, but if you had to highlight a couple of main points for someone who has never been or someone who's maybe interested with this in attending the summit, what would you tell them?
Think of it truly as a community gathering. Don't think of it as a conference. Dress comfortable, be yourself. We have spaces for those that are outgoing. We actually have space like a soothe room for those that maybe need some more quiet and some wellness activities. Think of it as like a combination of like a learning community and like a wellness fair. It's really a fantastic space. I do encourage people to register early. We open up the doors at 8. We provide breakfast, a really great registration packet. We have free bags from Public Thread, a woman-owned local company. And just a lot of different, summit swag, because we really want folks to be equipped for the day. And then we have a variety of workshops they can choose from. A lot of lunchtime activities too. So we do encourage folks to dress in layers because the temperatures in the room vary. And we have activities. So you can do slow motion movement activities over the lunch break, or more Zumba, which is coordinated by Parks and Rec. We have a photo booth that has some fun. So grab your neighbor, grab some friends and register and attend together. And then we have a really beautiful community celebration at the end to help celebrate everyone that makes Summit special, right? Our sponsors, our volunteers, but also those that attend, because Summit would not be Summit without those who attend and really contribute to the learning. So I would just say come with an open mind, dress comfortable, and be ready to learn.
What are you personally hoping comes from this year?
I think relationships are important. And what's really interesting about this work in general, not just Summit, is that you plant seeds, right? And you never know if those seeds bloom, but sometimes you do get that feedback, right? And so we've heard so many stories of people connecting during Summit and having really beautiful things emerge from that, whether it's a new business, a Black club, or just like new relationships. We've had people that are new to the areas and have had a hard time kind of finding their circle of friends and are able to start that here. And I think that's really important to establish like a sense of belonging. I also hope that folks learn about the different topics and they commit to taking action, whatever that means for them, right? Again, it could be at their home, with their family, in their neighborhoods, running for, office, however they want to leverage their learning and passion and power. We want to promote that here at Summit. So I'm hopeful for planting seeds and seeing them bloom throughout the years.
Stacy, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, and we kind of hit on it at the very beginning. Could you just mention time, location, and date, just kind of in that same sentence, just so people have it?
So the 8th Annual Grand Rapids Neighborhood Summit will be Saturday, May 21st at the downtown Grand Valley campus, or the Boss Center, sometimes they call it Pew Campus. It will be, again, doors open at 8, but the opening really is at 9 and it goes to 4. And then we welcome you to stay after from 4 to 5:30 for an informal community celebration where we'll have appetizers and music. So again, Saturday, May 21st, but we do encourage you to register right away on our website, grandrapidsmi.gov/summit, and also find us on Facebook at GR Neighborhood Summit, where we have a lot of different updates and opportunities there as well.
Stacy, last question for you. Why is this is the 8th annual summit. Why is it important to have these, to keep having them here in the 8th year?
I think because for several reasons. I think because this is a free opportunity. It was completely free due to the generosity of our sponsors. And so often residents, everyday residents don't have access to this type of learning, right? Or they can't get off work to go to it during the work week. And so that's why we moved it to Saturday. So the learning, I think the diverse audience learning together and learning from each other, I think is really powerful for different perspectives, because so often we go to a training, but it's other folks like us. This is different. This is people from all walks of life to come together, learn together. I think that's really important. And sometimes, a lot of folks that are really pushing for change, it's exhausting. And so we hope to love on you and really have different spaces and really just celebrate Grand Rapids residents at this event. And I think that's really important too, for wellness and to recharge, in addition to the context you'll make, the learning and all of that. So it's a really beautiful space, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now clicking in, or maybe if you clicked in halfway through the stream, there's a link attached here. If you're viewing us on Facebook, it takes you over to woodtv.com. You can see our full conversation there. Stacy, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a look at the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you around.